We are fast approaching Rosh Hashanah, the beginning of the new year, the beginning of the new month of Tishrei. And Rosh Hashanah has many names in our tradition, but one of the ways it's called in our liturgy is Hayom Harat Olam, the day the world was created, the birthday of the world. It's why we have Rosh Hashanah on the day we do. It's why we celebrate the renewal of the world, and that's the new year on the day the world was created. We might think about creation as having two qualities. One quality is this quality of majesty, of hugeness, of vastness, of the whole world, all of creation, of the universe coming into existence. Picture for yourself that moment of the Big Bang and the universe, exploding into existence, the vastness of it, the vastness of space, the ever-expanding universe. The other quality, of course, is this quality of renewal, of freshness, of beginning again, of transformation. The world starts, it's created, it becomes anew. Indeed, the Pisetzner Rebbe says that transformation, tshuva, change, is the fundamental principle of the universe, of what makes even creation possible. It had to pre-exist creation, according to the Midrash. And so I want to touch these two qualities of wideness, expansiveness, majesty that we see so much in the Rosh Hashanah liturgy. And this quality of newness, of change and transformation that, again, we see so much in the themes and liturgy of these days. And explore how both of them might be connected to the underlying movement of tshuva, of transformation, of becoming who we truly are. That somehow becoming wide, letting go of that small, narrow, tight sense of self, and becoming fresh and renewed, able to rediscover and recreate ourselves again, might be fundamental to that process of becoming who we truly are, of returning to our deep selves, of returning to the divine. So we're going to practice together in a fairly simple way, playing with these qualities of width, of openness, of majesty, and of renewal, of freshness, of newness. So I invite you to take a moment to just bring your attention to your body. Notice where you are. Notice what's happening at this moment. Notice that whatever is happening, it's okay. You don't have to change anything at this moment. You don't have to try and fix anything. You can just let things be as they are. And now I want you to start to notice a sense of width, of wideness, of expansiveness. You may begin by noticing that in the body. So bring your attention to your head, to the space between your ears, and notice that sense of space. Notice the chest, the space between the shoulders. Just notice the space there. Notice how perhaps you want to widen that or open that. Perhaps the shoulders open a little bit. Perhaps even you open the arms. That helps you feel a sense of wideness or width. You can play with this. Space between the hips. Just noticing that sense of space in there. Space between the feet. Now bringing your attention to the space just beyond the body. Air just beyond the body, maybe a kind of egg of energy, of space just beyond the body. Really allowing yourself to feel the width of your experience, the expansiveness and width of your attention. Attention can hold that space, can be in that space. And now, as wide as the room you're in, so just allowing the body to become wide, to experience that openness, that majesty, expansiveness of creation right now just in this room. Notice how your awareness isn't limited. It can hold and be with everything that's happening inside this room. Now perhaps as wide as the town or city you live in. letting your awareness get wider, encompass all the people and animals and insects and buildings and roads and cars. Wherever you live, maybe there's a stream or a lake or a mountain or whatever that might be. Encompassing that all in your awareness. Now we keep expanding to be as wide as the world. Touching into this aspect of creation, holding the immensity of the world in our awareness. The plains and mountains and valleys, the rivers and streams and deserts, the cities and the wilderness, animals and plants and insects, the forests. So much diversity, so much majesty, so much openness and expansiveness. And we can be as wide as all of it. We can notice this aspect of grandeur, this recurring aspect of kingship that we mention so often in Rosh Hashanah and in Yom Kippur. How wide can we be? How open can we be? Now we'll get even wider, as wide as the solar system, as wide perhaps as the galaxy, planets, comets, suns within us, mostly space. And now as wide as the universe, vast open space. This unimaginable vastness of creation. This creation which begins on Rosh Hashanah, when the world comes into existence, ushered into existence, within the majesty that is the divine. So wide, so open, able to contain all. Touching that majesty, that divinity, that openness, that expansiveness. And noticing perhaps, what does it feel like? What do I feel like? How open do I feel? How much space is there to reimagine who I might be? How much can I notice when I'm in a state like this that I'm probably less triggered than I normally am by the things that are difficult for me? It's probably less likely that I'm going to snap at somebody or get lost in selfishness or get lost in self-criticism or blame of myself or others, or all the other patterns that we all have that cause us to act in ways we wish we hadn't. Maybe in this spaciousness and openness we see that we might more easily discover our deep nature and who we can most genuinely be in the world. And now we just add to that. We might breathe in and say wide, and on the exhalation we might say fresh. Can you feel that sense of renewal, of openness, of possibility? There might be some delight in there, or playfulness, wide, fresh. Feeling that freshness, the fact that anything could happen at this moment, that we don't have to be tied to what was before. There's a vitality and an energy and a presence that is here for us right now. Just keep practicing with me. On the inhalation, we gently note wide. On the exhalation, we gently note fresh. And we feel each of those qualities. Openness and renewal. Expansiveness and vitality. Wide and fresh. And as we touch these qualities, we may just notice the connection between these qualities and the states they engender. Perhaps some lightness, openness, playfulness, delight. And the process of tshuva. Touching into these qualities in this way of being might genuinely invite us into a more loving, open, connected, playful way of being in the world. A way of being in the world where we're not as trapped by our own patterns, our old patterns and ways of being, but we can open to new ways of showing up in the world, new ways of expressing our deep nature. So I hope you will continue to practice these aspects of wide and fresh, of expansiveness and renewal. That we all take this with us into this deep process of Elul, of Rosh Hashanah, and of Yom Kippur, where we experience the creation of the world and recognize that we too might be renewed and recreated in these days.